Hello. Today is June 5th, 2024. This is SIG Node CI meeting, and an issue of the driving test part of it.
Yes, very good morning. Let me start with the release blocking test first. Yeah, there was some discussion.
Anish, we cannot hear you very well. Can you come closer to the microphone?
Oh, sorry. Is this better?
A little bit.
Sorry, let me. Is this better now?
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay. Yeah, let's start with the release blocking test. I was looking into some failures this last few days. So yeah, basically there are one continuously failing test and three flaky tests. Regarding the GPU, yeah, this continuously failing test, I think the tests itself are disabled. That's why like it's being skipped, like the GPU test. That's why it's fully green. But um, uh, think there was discussion that this is uh, fine for now and not release blocking. In yeah, next one,
So,
it's
can you mark this the non-release blocking somehow?
uh, is there a tag? Let me check.
Yeah, I don't think there is a tag. I think we just need to comment somehow. I know there is a PR out for this one.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I discrete board. Okay. Yeah, not sure how to mark this. I think it's part of this test grid. That's why it's showing us master blocking. I'll move to the next flaky test for now. Uh, yeah, so uh, there was only one failure in like GC cos master default release blocking jobs. And yeah, I think Antonio did some initial digging, um, and he found out that container D was restarted, um, and it was actually restarted by this monitor.sh script. What happened was like health monitor.sh script calls this critical pods command as a signal that uh, container D is healthy, but it timed out, like it didn't respond within 60 seconds. And that's why it basically killed the container D process and it was restarted later by system D. Um, yeah, Sergey, I think you mentioned it's this command is it requires a lot of memory and it's slow. So I wanted to ask if is there any alternate suggestions on how to health check containerd, or should we just remove this script completely? Is there any suggestion?
This house monitor, I think somebody came up with suggestion to move the health monitoring of containerd into kubelet itself, and I don't really like the suggestion because it creates a unnecessary dependency between kubelet and runtime.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't advocate for that. I think for tests we don't even need house monitor. I don't even need. I think like I don't know whether house monitor is even useful. Um, I don't know, Peter. Do you run any health checking on containerd or like cryo?
Um, I don't think, I'm trying to think, I don't think so, like in our CI or just like in production.
In production or in general? Like, do you ever see situation on cryo just stuck such a way that like it needs to be health checked and like killed periodically or restarted?
No, we don't have anything like that, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm really curious where it's coming from. Like, I feel that this health monitor is some legacy from Docker times when Docker was
Mhm.
hanging a lot.
I see. Yeah, maybe let me look into like the Git history and see if there's any comment suggesting why it was added. If not, if it's yeah, it's related to Docker as you said, I can probably delete it. I'll take an AI. Yeah, this next flaky. Uh, Let me check the test grid real quick. So this is an Ubuntu master containerd uh, yeah, job. Uh,
Yeah, by the way, I checked with release team. So apparently they don't know whether flakes used to be there before. So they started a new process of triaging flakes, which allow them to discover those flakes easier. And now they're creating this urgency of like, oh, everything is flaking, like you urgently need to fix before alpha release of 131. So
I see.
I don't think it's something like we did wrong. It's just we never noticed these flakes before because release team was fine with those flakes. Um, so now it's like I feel it's unnecessary urgency here.
I see.
But we still need to look at those because now it will be a new bar of like what is acceptable flakes and what's not acceptable flakes.
Yeah. So yeah, I am seeing like one or two failures only in this test grid. Like so, this is for the cause jobs and this is for Ubuntu jobs. But yeah. So regarding this Ubuntu job, uh, basically, I think the one test that failed. What the test does is it creates a I think test pod, and then it copies kubectl binary into the test pod and uh, tries to use in cluster config in that pod to call kube API server. Um, so basically, the test is failing when the test tries to copy the kubectl binary into that container. We are seeing connection reset by peer. So yeah, basically Antonio debugged this first. So he, uh, yeah, I think he initially suggested there's something wrong on the node side because readiness probe was failing. But yeah, I was when I dig into this uh, deeper, I found that we are deleting after the test fails, like because of connection reset. We are deleting the all the test pods forcefully, and that might be causing like the readiness probe failures during like forceful deletion. So the readiness probe part is, I think, working as intended, but yeah, we are still not sure uh, about like the connection reset error. Uh, yeah, I was not able to debug that further. Uh, this I couldn't. Yeah, there's not much logs or anything to debug this further. Any suggestions? Yes. And regarding this particular test, I only see like, yeah, it's mainly green. Uh, so it's this one. It's yeah, it's this, yeah, this particular subtest that failed, it's quite green, but yeah, we had this one small flake. I'm not sure if it might be due to some networking inconsistency. I don't know, in GC environment. Okay. Uh, yeah, I can move to the next one. Um, yeah, this one. Yeah, this job is owned by SIG Scalability. So yeah, I didn't look into this much. Um, does anyone know like the history of this job? Like, um, do we try to debug this first, or should we let SIG Scalability handle this first?
I mean, it's still a networking issue, right? So some connection being reset, and they picked on us because of readiness probes, but I don't think like readiness probes are at fault any longer. So I wonder if like what else connecting it to SIG node.
Yeah, there was a node being evicted. Uh, oh, okay. There was a node node not ready condition.
Okay, so there is a new condition. We can, I mean, if it points to SIG node, we need to keep investigating.
Yeah, I can take a look after this meeting.
Thank you.
Should I, yeah, trash our SIG node test grid next.
Can we go back to release blocking and like see like so out of this list, so what do we have? Like first is non-blocking. We can comment there, say like we find to release without with this failure because we have like ongoing GPU driver installation fixes. Next one. Did you mark next one is a non-release blocking?
This one?
Yeah, I mean, I want to understand the status of all of them, like to make sure that we can tell release teams that like those are fine. This is we'll still investigate this kind of thing.
Yeah. So
So
for
this is fine, right? So
fine.
okay. Can you comment there saying that this is not release blocking from our perspective? Like maybe like CI meeting triage, like this is not release blocking. SIG Node CI meeting triage. Yeah.
Yeah, any suggestion for this? Should we
So it's very rare, right? It only happens like very rarely.
yeah.
Does anybody have an opinion here?
Yeah, it's quite green from the dashboard.
So the problem is that sometimes you fail to copy binary to a pod. It's the case.
Yeah. And it's after some fails after some 6 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's not a release blocking. Like we can say that it's happens very rarely, and it's unlikely a new problem. So we don't believe it's a release blocking. So it's
we are talking alpha release blocking, right?
yeah. It's
exactly.
131 alpha. Yeah.
So I fully agree. For what's what, I fully agree.
I mean, we released 130 with that, so I don't feel it's such a big correction.
What I'm trying to say is that if it is like RC or GA, it is totally worth immediate look. But for alpha, we should make a commitment to look at it further. But I don't think it's blocking. I agree with you.
This one is not part of release blocking lane. It's part of master informing lane. Yeah,
We still need to give a comment on that because they have it in their list. So what is thing?
Yeah, this I haven't deep this.
Yeah, I think it's the same status. Like it likely not a regression, so we find to release with that, but we will continue investigating.
Let me look at the test grid real quick. slow. Yeah, this the test grid is green. I'll move to the SIG node test grid now. So, see, I think the serial name is still I think red. The limited swap should be able to use more memory than memory limit.
Yeah, Peter, I remember you said that you look at this.
Yeah, I have a PR open for this in the test infra repository that just needs a review, and I think should fix this. It basically just skips it. The swap isn't configured.
Thank you. C group P1 is green. There was one click. Sorry, this is my first time. Should we go into each flake or should we just look at lane jobs which are like flaky?
So on the release blocking and release informing, but it's not like our release blocking, it's SIG release blocking. We will start looking at flakes more because they have this new process of deflaking. On our grids, we generally don't look at flakes that closely because we still have a lot of failures. Once we have less failures, then we can start looking at flakes.
Sounds good. Yeah, this also looks green, but some subtests are flaky. This killer one is 1.28.
But I need to drop at this moment. Bye.
Okay. Yes, this C group E1, I have filed bug for this. I think DIMS is working on this. I think, okay, yeah, this the same failure. Okay. Yeah, in general, it's the same. Yeah, I think this should be good for the test grade triaging. Any other suggestions, or we can move on to the bug triaging part? Peter, do you want to take one?
Yes. Share my screen. Cool. Yeah, let's get the bug triage. The old pod log file is now deleted from pod log pods directory. We triage this. Marshall was supposed to look at this. He did not, it seems. He's also not here. So we can leave this as is and maybe check in on it next week. I think a lot of these are a little bit older, which is fine. Everyone's focused on checks probably. Initial delay seconds logic changed on documentation, but not in code. I was assigned this. I did nothing with it. I need to add this to my list of things to look at. Cool. Ephemeral containers, standard out written to container logs. Interesting. That's a lot of files. I don't know if that is, I think it is expected. That's how it works. Yeah, I'll write a note, and that note is going to be yeah, so that's a note. Pod stuck at running state due to unexpected skip of taint manager work. Yeah, it seems to have a, well, so they have a, it's kind of an old version. Oh my gosh, I can't tell. It also looks like this might not even really be SIG node. It looks like yeah, do we own the tape manager? Does anyone know? I don't know either. Okay, well I can ask. Where did this go now? The node is in the not ready state while the pod is still running. 1 out of 1. Node dynamic. The address is healthy again. Moving all taints, but not. Okay, this is kind of hard to follow. Aforementioned. What version is this? Got a PR for it. Okay. Well, looks like they're interesting. Does anyone want to take a look at this? I can maybe add it to my queue to sort of try to review it more thoroughly. Oh, that's PR, wait. Um, False V1 binding is deprecated in V1.6. Warning for pod binding sub-resource. API server. I don't know if this is SIG Node.
I agree. It was added afterwards, the SIG node. I'm not sure it is SIG node at all.
Yeah.
Or scheduling, maybe, if something else.
Yeah. I'm mostly mentioned because it's like, this is in the API and then this is literally API server. So it's, I guess, yeah, because the found in scheduler test. That's fine. Let's put in these information, maybe that'll get moved or something. Persistent terminating state for old pod after migration to node. Interesting. Who added SIG node? This person. Yeah, I guess the question is the pod actually terminating on the old node? Yeah, so I mean, this does look like it's not clear that this is a node bug yet. I might leave this in needs information until we sort of get more clarity on the exact situation that's happening. It also seems like there's, people asking about it, so it's being attended to. Does anyone here want to look at it, or just leave it? Cool. We can leave it. Resource claim parameters ref API group allows API version values. Who added SIG node? Alexi. This is DRA. Got a PR for it already. Is SIG not even one of the reviewers here? Where are we mentioning goodness? Well, it's been triaged. Someone's looked at it. I guess it is working with DRA, so I guess we're tracking that here. So I presume that folks who are managing DRA have this sort of, I'm not going to touch this. I'll move to triage. It's accepted, so I think we're good. So it was accepted by the author, which is okay. All right. Reconcile when quickly reverting resize patch. And say CTA. Have we? Oh, we moved an assignment. So we did have someone looking at it. Person.
Yeah, I looked at it. Sotiris.
Yes. Do you want to look at it? Do you want to? Did you chime in already, or would you like me to assign you?
Yes. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you. Would you like to triage it, or do you feel like it's worthy of triaging already?
I think we can put it already triaged. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's everything in this. Hopefully we can loop back to some of the ones that come later. We got 12 minutes. Let's look at maybe some PRs real quick. Kind of getting a number of them. Okay, mark pod's not ready if the node changes from false to unknown status. Look at these. Endpoint not updated, component deleted when node shut down. Not ready when node ready changes from false to unknown. Yeah, that does seem like it should. It does seem like unknown state should mark it as not ready. Not ready, or it's unknown, and interesting. We can maybe try to muscle through this one. Do we have a reviewer? Not yet. I'll take this to review. Okay. Restarting a kubelet should never affect the running workload when node label is not match pod. Okay. So an admin changed the node label, restarted the kubelet, and then the pods are getting evicted. Francesco, you looked at this?
Yeah, we talked in the past, in the recent past. Basically, after some conversation, the gist is that there are indeed some conditions on which you restart the kubelet, which should cause disruption of the workload. For example, if some key configuration changes are done, but there are also some cases on which you restart the kubelet, you change nothing, and the workload should run as it was before. And that PR was, I think, a follow-up. I don't remember the fine details, but it should be a follow-up of that conversation on which we are handling one of those cases.
Yeah, right. So do you think that we're ready to sort of make this change, considering it a case where it isn't something that qualifies a pod restart?
I cannot answer at this point in time, unfortunately. I would need to review it carefully. Because there,
Would
you
you like
know,
to?
yeah, add me, please.
I'll CC you and not assign you in case you want the money, the full responsibility yet, but since you have the context. Sorry, I cut you off. Were you saying something?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. Report an event to pod if kubelet does attach operation failed. Interesting. This is kind of a SIG storage, I think, more than it is SIG node. Right, because we're looking at the volume manager. Sergey wanted to comment that list statuses are not being validated. Communication update. Does anyone want to take a look? Can try to give a review. All right. 5 minutes. Maybe do a couple more. Let's review it there. Okay. Sidecar containers considered restartable and mixed containers an eviction message. Yes. That does seem like it would be a problem. Yeah, this seems relatively straightforward. I wonder. Well, it looks like this is being looked at. So we've got some reviewers, so I think it just maybe is even in needs information at this point. We're waiting on author to sort of gap between the two. Did anyone here want to look at this? Well, this using the right. Interesting that is. Do I have to triage? It's accepted. Why is it in that category? Why is it here? Weird. DRA. Got some reviews, or actually no, this is Patrick making notes. I'm gonna guess. Anyone here want to take a look? For some reason, the needs reviewer, these PRs have. Oh, I see. Am I looking at the wrong project? Oh, oops. That's why. Okay. Well, that's okay. I gotta change my bookmark. These are the ones we should look at. Oh well, just in time for the meeting to end, pretty much. Does anyone have anything else they wanted to talk about? If not, we can close this for now. Alrighty. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank
See
you.
you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.